Welcome back. We are just moments away from the Dubai World Cup. Ruby and Angus have alluded to the importance of the draw and the importance of pace. So I'm going to leave it to the two of you to explain how critical it is.
I'm going to leave it to Angus.
Oh, thanks, Ruby. The first caveat I'm going to give you is that pace analysis is fraught with chaos. The chaos theory definitely applies. Horses can miss the break, horses can change tactics, all sorts can happen. But here's what might happen. Remorse from one, he'll go forward but probably not lead. Emblem Road likes to sit quite handy. Yunlite Bolt, he might be mid-div, he might be a little bit further back. But here's Salute the Soldier. He likes to lead. De Vries will want to get the rail. He will jump and try and cross and clear the three inside him and get there. Now Bendoug, the big fella Bendoug, he's a pacey horse who also likes to be on the lead. So I've got him trying to cross and clear as well. Now, we come to the outside. What is Algiers going to do? James Doyle on board. Well, I don't think he can gun him and get to the lead because he'll use up too much petrol. So what he's going to have to try and do is slide in and get in as close as he can to the rail without copping any kickback and without giving away too much ground. And then the others highlighted there. Panther Lasser wants to make it. I suspect they might go and might just sacrifice this horse early by doing so. And Country Grammar, he comes from off the pace, Frankie, to just drop in and sit rear to mid-division and then attack in the home straight, and he'll see it out better than anything and pick up Algiers, I think. Sorry, Rishi, in the closing stage.
You can see determination of grit. He has so much heart, and it's just so special. We love this horse so much.
Put your analytical mind in and tell me whether you feel as a handicapper that this race is easier or harder to win than last year's.
I don't know about easier or harder. I have just as much faith in Country Grammar's ability to get to the finish line first this year as I did last. The horse can go the distance, he can go wide, he can stay with the pace, he can come off the pace, he can close late. He's a pinch hitter.
Does Frankie Dettori have a plan, and if so, what is it?
Frankie Dettori always has a plan. And if there isn't that plan, we go to plan A, B, C, D. Frankie's the man. I think we'll let the speed tow us into the race. We'll see how the pace kind of sets up throughout the rest of the race. And I think they should watch out when he tips him out and comes running for home.
You found your voice now, Chase. Make sure it's still intact after the race. Good luck.
I'll try. Thank you.
Well, we've asked Angus, Ruby and the team to come up with their top three for this year's Dubai World Cup. Angus, go.
Yeah, I've had to go, Rishi. I think Country Grammar is my number one here. Frankie Dettori to win on him and raise the roof off this magnificent grandstand, picking up Algiers late. And Geoglyph, I think, second start on dirt with Christophe Lemaire on board. I think he's open to a fair bit of improvement. So I'll get that horse picking up pieces in third. Country Grammar to come barrelling down the home straight and win. Ruby.
I think Geoglyph will improve, like Angus says, and that'll get him in front of Yunlite Bolt, who will leave his Saudi run behind, and Frankie mightn't get the fairy tale farewell and finish third.
Okay, I'm going to say that Algiers wins. Geoglyph, who actually has a verdict over Equinox on turf in Japan, finishes second, and Country Grammar third for Frankie Dettori. That's the 1, 2, 3. But of course, there will be part of my heart that would like him to go out with a glorious victory.
Yeah. Benchmark for a top-class performance on dirt over 10 furlongs is bang on 2 minutes, carving out even 12-second furlongs. The track record is just over 2:01.38 from Thunder Snow. A 2 times winner of this race, something Country Grammar looks to emulate.
Now that we've come to the climax of the evening, the crowd here is enormous at Meydan Racecourse, and everyone's eyes fixed on the starting stalls of the 10 furlong start, where Frankie Dettori is about to have his final ride in the Dubai World Cup. Does he have one last sprinkling of desert magic to deliver on the dirt in the Dubai World Cup? We will find out in the next couple of minutes. The last few horses are to be loaded up. They include Salute the Soldier, Panther Lasser and Emblem Road. 2 of that trio have won the Saudi Cup. Panther Lasser this year, Emblem Road back in 2022. Salute the Soldier, a resurgent performer for Fawzi Nas, and Adra de Vries goes forward. And Emblem Road, the final one in for the 2023 Dubai World Cup. Larry Colmas, take it away.
Sorry. They're off in the 27th Dubai World Cup. And it was a very good beginning for Ben Duke, who goes out to the early lead with T.O. Keynes to his inside. Salute the Soldier and Remorse are there. And there goes Panthalassa now, as expected, to join the fray on the far outside as they rush for that first turn. Panthalassa is going to be a little bit wide alongside of Remorse. These two are 1-2 into the turn. Salute the Soldier is running along in third. Ben Duke is fourth. Algiers is fifth to the outside of T.O. Keynes. Then it's Geoglyph. And there's Country Grammar right there on the outside, 7 lengths off the lead as they make their way to the backstretch. Then Super Corinto. Emblem Road is down on the inside. Cafe Faro is next. And then Villa Azul. June Lightbolt, Crown Pride. And the trailer is Ushpa Tesoro. So up the backstretch they go in the Dubai World Cup. And it is Panthalassa and Remorse locked in an early battle here. Ben Duke is a length and a half off of them. Salute the Soldier, fourth on the inside. Right behind them is Algiers in fifth. Country Grammar is outside of horses. T.O. Keynes is down toward the rail. Villa Azul is in behind them, and then Geoglyph. So they make their way into the far turn. Remorse on the inside. Panthalassa is coming under pressure now. Ben Duke now draws up alongside, and the big guy Ben Duke moves up alongside of Remorse, and Algiers is on the move to the outside of them. And the three of them make their way to the top of the stretch. Country Grammar is fourth on the outside. And they're into the stretch of the Dubai World Cup. Ben Duke, Algiers. These two turn for home 1-2. They're side by side with 3/16 of a mile to run. And from the back of the pack, here comes Ushpa Tesoro with a rush on the far outside. Algiers to catch. Ushpa Tesoro gains in, goes by. Ushpa Tesoro hits the front. Ushpa Tesoro wins the Dubai World Cup for Japan. Algiers and Emblem Road were in a photo second and third, but it's Ushpa Tesoro's Dubai World Cup.
Japan have done it again. They have won the Dubai World Cup. Ushpa Tesoro, just when you thought that Algiers was going to take control and win the Dubai World Cup, Yugo Kawada has conjured up a tremendous run from this 6-year-old son of Orfev.
Off the home turn, you're thinking, how far is Algiers going to win? And all of a sudden, he just didn't get home. They went really hard early. Christophe Soumillon picked it up into the home straight on Ben Duke, and you were thinking, yeah, Algiers is going to go and beat him. But the Japanese horse down the outside has just run right over them.
Set up for a horse coming from off the pace. I think they've gone bonkers up front. They've gone very hard in the early part of the race. Panthalassa gunning from the outside. Salute the Soldier up there. Ben Duke, he's run a blinder. He was always pretty close to the pace as well, as was Remorse. And it's set up for a horse to finish off. Country Grammar never going. Always niggled along by Frankie. He wasn't as good as he was here last year. But this horse, who's since being switched from turf to dirt, has improved no end. Has won the biggest and greatest race in the world.
Algiers at this moment takes control of Ben Duke. He's got it in his in the bag.
He has, and he travelled beautifully for James Doyle off the pace, who let the front ones go and go hard. But the Japanese horse coming from off the back, and Emblem Road running on as well. Oisin Murphy there on T.O. Keynes. Yeah, look, it was a real dirt race, wasn't it? It was a slog. They went hard and they just all started to fold, and it'll be interesting to see the percentages on this one, Angus.
Yeah, I think we're going under 100 here, Ruby.
I think we definitely are.
A 96 job. 2:03.25 the time, so that benchmark I mentioned of 2 minutes, they're just 3 seconds outside that, and they're outside Thunderstrow's track record by about a second and a half.
Let's just have a brief word about Country Grammar.
Never
couldn't
going.
defend his title. He was slowly away.
Yeah, he was. Panthalassa broke on his outside and went hard and went forward, and Frankie had to chase Panthalassa, but Remorse broke from stall 1 and went hard on the inside. So you had the outside stall and the inside stalls burning to get to the bend in front, and just dragged them all a bit fast, and Country Grammar never got on his feet.
He got left behind. Emblem Road, as you both said, have made up ground late on and has sneaked a place. T.O. Keynes back in fourth. Crown Pride, last year's UAE Derby winner, back in fifth, and Ben Duke has tired, and he's on the inside, and he obviously had set the pace early on, but this is the moment where you were James Doyle. When you imagine James Doyle, when he picked it up, you must have thought you're winning the World Cup.
You imagine what James Doyle was thinking as they're turning out of the back straight. How easy he's going. He must be thinking, how far am I going to win? But this horse, unfortunately, after travelling so well just behind the pace, has folded, and the Japanese horse coming from the back.
Yeah, just stepping up a tiny bit in trip for Algiers. up from 9 to 10 may have just caught him out, but he travelled so strongly into the race, Rishi. That's exactly what he'd done on winning 2 rounds of the Maktoum Challenge, rounds 1 and 2. So you know, he had every chance, but the race was furiously run and it's set up for a closer.
The winner, Ushba Tesoro, has had 29 career starts to date. He's had 7 now on the dirt and he's won 6 of them.
Yeah.
We should have paid more attention to that particular record.
Yeah, but unfortunately we were probably looking at his turf starts as well and thinking, and then his form obviously is not at Tokyo or Nakayama. All right, there is some at Hanshin, but yeah, he flew in under the radar.
Algiers held on for second, Rish. Emblem Road third.
Let's join Nick Luck
with Noboru Takagi, the winning trainer, Kate Hunter alongside, just to help us out a little bit. Mr. Takagi, congratulations on a fabulous victory today. At what stage in the race did you think, yes, I might be in with a chance now?
レースでいつまでに勝つそうですか？
いやはい、そうですね、ゴール100メートルぐらいあたりからちょっと、はい。
About the 100-meter mark.
It was a brilliant ride today from Yuya Kawada. Why did you turn to him for the ride on the biggest stage?
川原さんがうまくで乗りまして、どうして川原さんを選べましたか？
そうですね、もうやっぱり日本の第一人者なんで、迷わず川田君を選びました。
Kawada is one of the best riders in Japan, so it was a no-brainer to go with him.
And he showed all his patience. For you personally, a victory in a race of this standing, what does it mean to you and your whole team?
このぐらい世界の強い G1 で勝って自分にどういう意味ですか？
いや、もう最高ですね。はい、もう最高の気分です。はい。
It's an amazing feeling to have won a race like this.
And this is a horse who's taken his game to a whole new level since switching from the turf to the dirt. What ambitions do you have with him beyond today? Where are we likely to see him for the rest of his career?
芝からダートに変わって結構レベルがだいぶ上がりました。これからどうしますか？
そうですね。はい、まだオーナーと相談しながらせっかくでかいタイトル取ったんで様子を見ながら決めていきたいと思います。はい。
He'll meet with the owner and they'll decide on his future going forward.
Well, wherever it is, I hope we see him. Congratulations on a great victory today.
Thank you very much.
Well, 12 years on from an emotional victory for Victoire Pisa in the Dubai World Cup. Japan win it for a second time, this time courtesy of Ushba Tesoro. Let's join Nick Lightfoot.
Yeah, and the very, very special moments are about to become real for Team Ushba Tesoro. Basking in the moment, Yuga Kawada, the winning jockey, and the horse who just keeps on winning. Congratulations indeed. The biggest success, stepping away from the native Japan, this giant horse, strapping horse, Yuga Kawada, Dubai World Cup winning jockey. Yuga, how does that feel?
I'm so very happy, but I can't understand English. I can't speak English, but I'm very honored to be here. And
let's give him a moment. You're very honoured to be here, Yuga. There we go.
Thank you so much. And we tried the World Cup. Japanese also 8 horses, but he won this World Cup. I'm very amazing and I'm so happy and I'm proud of him. Thank you so much, Dubai and Dubai Racing Association. 日本の皆さん、ありがとうございました。
Congratulations, the second winner of the Dubai World Cup, trained in Japan.
What an incredible performance from Ushba Tesoro, who has come from near last to first in the closing stages, and he has peeled back Algiers, and you can actually see from this angle, as Ruby said earlier on, just how Algiers was getting tired in comparison to some of the other finishers. It was a brutal dirt race, as we come to expect of the Dubai World Cup, and it has gone to Japan, who win it for a second time. 37-year-old Yuga Kawada celebrating the success at Ushba Tesoro. More to come after the break. Well, let's deal with Yuga Kawada, who has had an incredible international career as well. Obviously, he's been very successful in Japan. He's had some tremendous successes with the likes of Gentle Donner, etc. But he won a Breeders' Cup turf race a couple seasons back, and now he's won this race. I mean, another Japanese rider who is excelling on the big stage. It's not just your Christophe Lemaire.
I know, and that's massive for Japan as well, to bring their own jockeys and to have them having the success along with their horses, their trainers, their owners, that they're all representing their country. And I must say, I marvel at someone like him that can come here and speak English, speak a universal language. I know I rode a winner in Japan and I hadn't a word, and even when I went to France I couldn't speak French, and you feel slightly embarrassed when you watch Christophe Soumillon, Christophe Lemaire, our winning jockey there, Yuga Kawada, and how they got all multilingual. Fair play to them.
Let's confirm the result of this year's Dubai World Cup. A second win in the race for Japan, a third win on the evening for Japan. This race, sponsored by Emirates Airlines, goes the way of Ushba Tesoro, Yuga Kawada and Noboru Takagi. Second, Algiers for James Doyle and Simon and Ed Crisford. And third, Emblem Road for Adel Al-Furedi and Ahmad Abdul Wahid. Angus, take us through the start.
Yeah, it's a fantastic dirt race, this. We haven't got the figures through as of yet. However, the time was 2 minutes 3.25. But look at this for early pace. There's the winner in last place, horse number 14, Yellow Blinkers. That horse eventually wins, would you believe it? Panthalassa guns to the front, and Remorse is up there on the inside. Salute the Soldier is there, and Bendu there with Algiers. He may, just on reflection, have done really well, Ruby, because he's not sat too far off that pace. There are the figures there.
When you watch a replay, you only have to, you look where the winner is, you realise where should you have been in a race, and you look at where the winner's not even in our shot, and we've got a pretty big screen. You're seeing a lot of horses, but the winner is somewhere out the back of your camera, and that just tells you what's gone wrong here.
Seconds
These
at
have
the back.
all gone too fast.
Yeah, seconds at the back as well, and you can see from the efficiency 101.52, but that's for the winner. The winner's been rated evenly and has come home 1.52% quicker than he ran the rest of the race. So that tells you the percentages for these horses up front, these four up front, would have been so low, 92%, something like that, getting devilishly tired in the closing stages because they've just gone way too hard.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see how he went to the inside there, actually, Yuga Kawada, and now he's switching back out. He's not panicking, he's still last in your shot as they turn out of the back straight, but he's come on the bridle. I bet you if you were asking him, he'd tell you, yeah, I thought before I turned in I was going to win this race, because he's sitting, now he's picking his spot. Where's he going to go? He's switching out. He knows the speed they've gone. They can't keep going in front. You see how wide he is around the bend? He's not even worried about it.
He's not worried about that. He's given away ground. Emblem Road's coming from some way back. He's forced wide. He's upsides the winner at this stage. He'll run on quite well and nearly grab second. But here, well, I think everybody here thought Algiers had nailed this, because he ran a very similar race to the one he ran when he won the Maktoum Challenge, won two of them. But he's probably just emptied late on.
You can remember the praise Mike Smith used to get for riding Zenyatta like that.
Yeah.
And how wonderful it was. Well, we've just watched it again here.
I mean, I'm looking back at that replay and I'm thinking he could have actually won a little bit easier. He took a pull turning in as they came round the bend. He took a pull and then he's pricked his ears before the line. I mean,
he is, but you know, like anything, especially I didn't ever ride on dirt, but when you slow a horse in slow ground, it can often be hard to go again. So I'd say when he slowed him once, he was thinking, I'm not going to do it twice.
Momentum loss on dirt is everything. You lose momentum on dirt, then you're in trouble. It's very hard to pick up again. But he kept it pretty smooth on this horse, and he judged the pace brilliantly, didn't he?
People have been watching this and they may say, God, you guys keep going on about jockeyship tonight, but it has been as good as I can remember on a big night of racing.
It does, but what happens in a race like that is, you know, there's a lot of pace on, and everyone decides we're going forward, we've got to get a position, and obviously he got squeezed out at the start and gets dropped back, and he has to revert to a different type of ride. But back at the back of the field, you also had Ryan Moore. He was back there on Junlight Bolt. Now, he never picked up, but he was a long way back as well.
Angus, have we got to stop saying that, you know, Japan have won 3 races, this is incredible, etc. They are a big player on the international stage. We're past all of that now.
Completely and utterly past that. They're dominating the international scene. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. What do they have? 26 runners here tonight. A lot of them, without winning, have run very well, but they still bagged 3 winners as well. 2 of them very impressive on the dirt. And this horse in his own right was pretty impressive. He came home really strongly down the outside. He got loads of kickback. He was absolutely covered in it when he came back into the winner's enclosure, but yet he's run through it bravely and gone all the way to the line and won a shade comfortably.
Well, Ushba Tesoro goes to the wash down area. Ruby, Angus, thank you very much. Let's join Nick Luck.
Rishi, Ruby, Angus, thank you for everything this evening. It's been a pretty mesmerising night in so many respects. Winners have been shared across the globe. It's been truly an international occasion. Wonderful victories for America. Sibelius's defeat of Switzerland will live long in the memory. We've just seen another thrilling edition of the Dubai World Cup, but no doubt the star of the night was Equinox, one of the very best horses anywhere in the world. We've been treated by some superb competition as Japan tightens its grip on the international stage. Blazing hot afternoon here in downtown Dubai.
Without question, we have got some superstars on show tonight.
They're off in the Kahela Classic. Here comes Baraka battling back on the inside. The two of them will come to the wire together in a photo finish. They're off in the Godolphin Mile. It is Isolate, and he is all by himself. They're off in the Dubai Gold Cup. They're off in the 27th Dubai World Cup. But Tesoro wins the Dubai World Cup for Japan.